All right. So thanks everybody for joining tonight. My name is Josh Rutledge. I'm co-owner of Fearscape Media Network and co-host of Fearscape Paranormal Podcast. If you haven't listened to our two shows after you enjoy this event, if you would check them out, that'd be great. We're going to be doing a little social psychic experiment tonight. I'm going to turn it over here to Keith Age here in just a minute. I want to kind of lay out the rules, though, of the event. When we get started, there's going to be a video that plays that just kind of cycles through some pictures. I'm going to put everybody on mute except for Scotty. At the end of the show, there'll be an opportunity for you to chime in and see, what you felt, what you experienced. But I'd ask that everybody just kind of stay on mute while we're going through what Scotty's doing. And then there'll be an opportunity to unmute and chime in. So, Keith, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, like we have said, we're not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. This is a true experiment. We're going to go through some pictures here in just a few minutes, and they are actually of a place, and the pictures are mine that I took. And Scotty and I have picked one picture, and then we're going to both be thinking about that through the entire time. And that's what the whole experiment is about. At the end of it, you'll take your piece of paper and your marker, and you'll write down the number of the picture that you think that we're trying to put out. You understand? Okay. Now, when most people get up here and think of Romania, this is who they think of. They think of Dracula. Well, these are some of the most famous Draculas, but the one we're going to be talking about, and that is actually Bram Stoker, who wrote the book Dracula, and he does play an important part. But this is who we're going to be talking about. That is Vlad Tepes. He is actually Vlad Tepes Dracula. And these are pictures that I actually took. And I have been to Transylvania 4 times and been to his place. This is what everybody associates as being Dracula's castle. It's not. That is Van Castle. This is his actual castle right here. The castle you saw before, that is where Bram Stoker wrote the book Dracula, where he got the idea, where he got the legends and everything. Now, this is what's left of Vlad Tepes Dracula's actual castle. And there's not much left to it, and you have to walk up to it almost 1,500 steps. So, it's not an easy task. And you got to remember, on each one of these steps, he impaled 4 Turkish soldiers. And the way he impaled them was he put sticks in the ground with points on them and set them down on these sticks and let them slowly just drop down until the stick came out of their mouth. And Josh, is it going forward or is it stuck?
No. So you ready for the actual images for the?
Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, like I said, this is the actual thing here. Once we get going here, if you want to go ahead and play the second one there, Josh, go ahead.
Yep. Hold on, I'm working on it.
But anyway, like I said, so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And like I said, this is the actual castle, and I'm doubling on my audio here. Did we freeze?
Nope, we can hear you.
Okay. How about the video? Did it freeze?
It's playing through the wrong one. Hold on just a minute.
Okay.
Please pause for station identification.
and the loose nut behind the wheel.
Oh, stop calling me names. Jeez.
Okay. But anyway, you got to remember, and Vlad over there is considered a major hero, not the blood-sucking fiend we all think about of Dracula. Let's see if we got it going here.
It should be going now.
Still same picture.
No, it's different.
No, it's not.
Not on mine.
Mm-mm.
We're all seeing the
Same
same.
here.
What is going on?
I think if you've got more than one screen, you might be sharing the wrong screen.
Yeah, I'll check here.
Plus, I don't think you have everybody on mute.
No, not yet. We're just still talking, so everybody can talk. So
I was being quiet.
I'm just giving you a little bit of history lesson here, and then we'll get going on the mute part here shortly. I'm going to tell you honestly, there's only one paranormal picture in this whole bunch, and like I said, it's
Did
the very
y'all-
last one.
here we go.
Did y'all see it change? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
changed that time, but like I said, this is Vlad's actual castle. This is Castle Dracula, and for those who don't know, Dracula means son of the devil, or demon, or in Transylvania, Logist meant vampire. So, you know,
Okay, now it's stuck on the same one.
There it
now
goes.
It-
But
it-
anyway,
it's gonna pause on each one for a little bit of so you can really
Okay.
soak it in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay,
anyway,
good.
like I said, I've been there 4 times, and these are the steps you have to start climbing. You have to go through the woods and climb up through the mountain. And 3 times I've been there, it was nice, sunny. One time it was very hot. And as you see, they just keep going up and up and up. And actually, that's a downward shot. But the last time I was there, I was actually there in the winter, and that's snow that you see on those pictures. And I had just had a massive heart attack 5 weeks before, and it was not fun walking up 1,500 steps. Can you imagine 20,000 Turkish prisoners impaled? And there's the actual scene. That's where you actually walk in and go into the castle. And but 20,000 Turkish soldiers that he captured, impaled them, didn't give them no written rhyme or reason, just killed them all, and then invited generals of the Turkish army to come up to his castle for dinner. And they're thinking they're going to walk up here and he's going to give up the whole Transylvania thing. And no, as they're walking through, they're seeing their army, what's left of it. And when they got up here, he fed them dinner, but he fed them the blood and the entrails of those Turkish warriors.
Yuck.
Yeah, so he was a little crazy, but he scared the hell out of a whole army of 90,000 Turks, and they turned around and went home. So like I said, these are just pictures, and this is what's going to be shown the whole time Scotty's talking tonight. So like I said, we're not trying to fool nobody, you know, and
But we want everybody's honest opinions and honest feelings. And, so if you have your paper to write it down, if you have another one, so you can write down feelings that you got throughout this evening, we want that too. So it's about it. And Keith has sent somebody the picture out of the group.
no, not yet. That was my next thing I was getting ready to say.
All right.
Okay. Now, like I said, me and Scotty are the only 2 people who know what picture we've taken. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask somebody to be a volunteer here. I'm going to send you that picture in a text message, but you can't open it until the end. Is that agreeable?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's one person who I see automatically on the screen who I've known for quite a long time, and she knows I love her to death. I think she's probably, I can't see everybody right now, but I think she knows who I'm talking about. Is that right, Miss Mary?
I'm right here. Yes.
Okay. Hang on just a minute. Can I send you that picture?
Sure.
All right. Well, I tell you what. I can't do it right now from where I'm at. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna break a little load here. Josh,
Yep.
the very last picture on the recording, is that the picture you and I were discussing earlier this evening?
Yeah.
Okay. Send me a text message if you would of the number of that picture.
Okay.
Can you do that real quick?
Yep.
Okay, and then Mary, that's what I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you his number, but you can't open it. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, this, like I said, this is what's left of Dracula's castle. You can go down to the lower areas, but they're mostly falling apart and just crumbling. And all that's left of it, they got some battlements down there of what was armor back then and stuff like that. And if you're in a really dark area and you don't see it till you get right up on it, it'll scare the hell out of you. You know, you think you got somebody standing in front of you. Well, live audio and video, guys, things happen. But like I said, this is the top of the castle. You can see clear all the way past Romania, all the way into Turkey and different lands and everything. He was at the very top of the world at that point.
All right, Keith, you should have it in your.
Yeah, just got it. Mary, I'm getting ready to send that to you right now. Don't open it, okay?
I won't open it.
For those that don't know, we're very happy to have Miss Mary Dees Hampton here with us.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
And for those that don't know her, you've probably seen her on General Hospital and a bunch of other shows. Right now, she's on the TV, the TNT,
Yeah.
the TNT
Yes.
series Claws. And she did a very good, excellent podcast with Josh and Stefan that you
Oh,
ought to
shucks.
do. It was fun.
That was so much fun.
Okay. Now, this is how you go down the steps. These are 10-watt light bulbs. That's all that's down there. And as you're going down the steps, that's a sign in Romania that I couldn't tell you what it says at all. But
It says, don't go downstairs, 10-watt light bulbs.
or watch your step.
Watch your step.
You know.
That's yeah.
So anyway, I shot this in black and white just because of the stonework and everything. Thought it was cool. And as I was fiddling with my camera, I walked down about another flight of steps, and I said, I'll shoot it in color now. So you kind of, that's in color. This is the only paranormal picture in the whole group. Something is standing in front of that sign that wasn't there when I took the picture. See it?
Mhm.
It's blocking the sign. So anyway, Mary, you should have the text by now, hon.
Okay. I see something from you. Yes, with your Grinchy face.
Hang on, Mary. I gave you the wrong number.
Okay.
Disregard that one.
Okay.
Shut up, Scotty.
What? I didn't say nothing.
You didn't
I
have
just
to.
sit and laugh like always.
All right, Mary. When it comes time, please read the second one. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just disregard the first Grinchy face.
Okay.
All right. And with that, I'm turning it over to Scotty.
And I am muting everyone. And then Scotty, hang on just a minute. I'll unmute you.
Okay. All right. So tonight's experiment is we're going to start out with a meditation. We're going to do basically an online seance where we're going to be able. I'm going to bring the spirits in. I'm going to bring your spirits in. I'm going to bring your guides in. I'm going to allow any individual that's around you to come in tonight to help us. We've all gone through all the pictures once, and Keith and I have only one we picked, and now Mary has the other one, and that's it. I mean, that's all that we have. so we want to do this as legit and as possible. So also, I just want to make sure everybody spends time writing down your thoughts, because your thoughts are just as important. Anything that you feel about the area, anything you see in certain areas and pictures, anything that comes to you throughout the evening, we need to make sure you write it down for us. Make that in a different piece of paper than your choice of what photo that we're going to use tonight. Okay, and we'll start here. Let me get the music going, and we'll go into the meditation and calling of spirit this evening. Josh, okay, volume wise? Okay. All right, for the next few minutes, I want everybody to close your eyes. I want everybody just to relax. Put your feet on the floor and just breathe. Okay, everybody take a deep breath in and hold. Release. We're going to do 2 more of these, please. Another deep breath in and hold. Release. And a real deep breath in and hold. Real deep. And release. Now I just want everybody to relax. Relax and breathe. We're going to release all the stuff that we've had today, the goods, the bads, and we just want to be one with our own souls. We just want to be our own energy. As we're breathing, I want you to count in 1 for every inhale, and for every exhale, count 2. Do it at your pace, but in 1, out 2, and just relax. As we're counting, I want you to realize and feel how your lungs inflate, how they deflate, how your heart pumps. How your blood moves. I want you to feel you. We're going to put some protection on tonight so we can do this for our highest and best goods. We only want to do this with the spirits that are here to help us, the spirits that are with us daily, and our guides. We just want them to help us envision the pictures and find out and do the viewing of what picture has been chosen and what other images and feelings we get throughout the evening. So I want everybody to envision a shower, except for where the water's coming out. I want you to envision the white light of God flowing over the top of you, down your body, your arms, your torso, your legs, your feet. Just envision you totally being enveloped with the white light of spirit, of love, of peace, of understanding. Now, as you do that, and as you feel this understanding and this love, we're going to walk into what I call, envision yourself what I call a meadow. And in this meadow, in this place, tonight is special for us. I want everybody to call the loved ones that you know are around you. Places. Continue feeling the love. Spirit, I ask that you take some time now and share your energy and share our energy by spinning it around the room, allowing it to go to each screen with each person. Allow each person to feel each other. This is the time for Spirit to come to us so that we know we're truly connected. Allow the energy to flow. When you get the energy, allow it to be passed on. Don't hold it, keep it moving. Almost like the wave. But this is a spiritual wave of love. Let the energy flow between us. And as the energy keeps flowing around us, make sure we're pushing it away from us too. So not only are we feeling each other, but we're feeling this space on Earth that we're focusing in on tonight. We're allowing our energy to go to this space. We should be able to see inside that cave that's right there, or that room. We should see what's underneath the platform. Just focus and relax. Not only are we using Spirit this night, we're using our brains, our energy, our focus. We are doing remote viewing too. And remote viewing is just accepting and looking. We're giving you a little bit of help. We're showing you the areas, but I want you to dig deeper into each one of the areas. And in the end, if you have something similar to each other, that's even more exciting. But I want everybody, if you're feeling anything, write it down. We need to remember. We would like to discuss this at the end. Thank you, Spirit, for coming with us. I feel that you are here. I know that you are here, and I know there's somebody for everybody in this room right now. At least one. There's multiple people with multiple. It is a really big Zoom chat right now. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for coming in to help us tap into not only the space, but to each other. As we look at the trees, I want you to feel trees. I want you to feel the energy. Trees are one of the most connected plants on this earth. Their roots go underground. If someone is struggling, they send their nutrients to each one of the other plants. And as humans, we need to do that too. We need to spread our roots. We need to spread our understanding. We need to spread our love. I want you to feel anything that comes to you. Are there living animals in these spaces? Are there spirits in these places? Do you see butterflies? Do you see animals? Do you see whatever you see is fine? The Spirit is showing it to you. We are connected with spirit so dearly. In these rough times, spirit is still with us. We have more time to be with them. Just feel the energy around you and tap into it. As I look through the room at everyone doing their viewing, I see so many bright auras, which I believe is your soul. And your soul is being bright tonight. You're allowing it to do the work. You're allowing it to be the energy. They're showing you off, even without talking. Because we all have this love inside of us. I know I talk about love the most, but love is the most important thing that we can have in our lives. Our love for spirit, our love for ourselves, This is an amazing, amazing energy I feel from this Zoom room. And it is amazing because even since we're not in the same room with each other, holding hands in this seance, in this calling in of spirit, we can do it virtually because spirit can be with us everywhere. Our energy is never created or destroyed. We send it to everyone. We are in control of our energies. We are infinite intelligence. We're infinite energy. We live. In essence, we're almost doing a huge prayer circle this evening. What happened there? Spirit, we thank you for being with us this evening. We thank you so much. The spirits that are with us on a daily basis, we ask that you please stay with us and allow your energy to be with us. If we receive spirits from the pictures from the land, we ask that you please stay with the land and do not come home with us. We're only doing this for our highest and best good. So we ask that you please step back and allow us to continue our life. When we need you, we will summon you back and have you help us again. But most of us need you every day. And we ask that you stay and help us. Allow us to be better humans. Allow us to be better souls. Allow us to truly understand love and truly to give love back to the earth, to others, to the universe. Namaste. Josh, back to you.
Thanks, Scotty. Can you all hear me okay? Mic back up. All right. So we're going to go ahead and take everybody off of mute. And then you can share your experiences.
All right, don't everyone talk at once.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. I can say something. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can tell y'all what I wrote down and felt as we went through the pictures, if you'd like.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's exactly what
First of all, I feel like there's a lot of faces. The picture that really stood out to me is the one of the steps going down to where there was a picture at the bottom. To me, the picture at the bottom before the black picture appeared, before the black person appeared, it was kind of weird because to me, the picture looked like a man and an animal. It looked like it had 2 feet and then 4 feet, and it looked like the man humping the animal. I mean, that's what it looked like. Then there was faces all along the walls. I could see all kinds of faces coming out, and it was faces of, to me, people that had been murdered, and their souls and their expression was sort of caught in that building. And once the black figure went in front of the man and the animal, I felt like he was a monk. I felt like he was actually there trying to get as many people as he could, helping them to save their souls and trying to also cleanse the land. And I think he was praising the Lord with his hand. I don't think he was anything evil. I think he was a monk. I really do.
Exactly.
I felt like the trees with the steps, people peeking out from behind the trees. And there was so much sadness, and they were trying to escape. I could feel that. I could feel their sadness. I could feel when they were murdered and the fright and just everything going on there.
amazing.
Picture that looked like there was people down at the bottom in the grass, and it looked like they also had their hands up.
Okay.
Again, I feel like this was somebody trying to pray and help the souls move on. And they weren't real people either.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the ramp going up over to the left. There's 2 pictures of that ramp, almost the same.
Right.
On the left, you can see a man peering out of the big round thing. You can sort of see him peering out. And then the picture after that, you can't.
Right.
There's a couple of bodies under the platform in one of the pictures.
Right. That's what I caught later too. So that's why I said that in the meditation.
Yeah, sort of looks like children to me.
Yeah.
Those look like sort of like children. There's also a child at the top of the ramp in the round circle as you go up the ramp.
Mhm.
There's a little girl that was sitting
Okay.
sitting there. Um,
Well, that's funny you should say that because that whole property is for sale, okay, for
uh-huh.
$7 million American. And there was a family that went up there to look at the property to buy it,
Mhm.
and they brought their children along with them. And the little girl at that junction where you're talking about,
Yeah,
she fell to her death, and they didn't buy the property.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, so
I wrote down a little girl had fallen.
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But
Very nice.
Yeah, I got falling too.
Uh-huh.
Who else got falling? Sharon?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I got falling
And
too.
Nick and Nate.
Yeah.
Nate, you did too?
Yeah, I got an image. It was like, those like World War II images with a bunch of bombs falling everywhere. It was like a silhouette of like something heavy at the top and then things falling and falling and falling and falling.
Okay.
well, a lot of that castle is degraded and fallen through. It
Mhm.
used to have, I mean, it was just immaculate and everything for built back in the 1300s. And like I said, it's a great place to go to if you ever get to go. Bam Castle, which is the one that the tourists go to who think that's Dracula's castle. That's not. You got to go several more miles down the road, and then you got to walk up all those steps.
Yeah, we're gonna. Nate, do you have your hand up?
Who
Nate.
was that for?
You, Nate.
Oh, Nate.
Yeah, I saw your hand up.
No, I was just gonna go after Diana was done.
Okay. Diane, do you have anything else?
I did write down after I talked about the little girl actually fell that caused her death. Several people had fallen from that same area to their death. And several people actually crossed over while we were ending our love there. I could see the souls going up into the sky, and it's going to take many more years for souls to cross over, much more love,
Right.
because the land is so tainted.
It is. It's tough.
Yeah.
All right, Nate, we'll go up to you. Nate.
Nick.
Oh, I mean, Nick.
Nick.
Because I keep seeing Nate there and Nick. I'm like,
That's
That's Nick.
because on my screen, it's Nate and Nick right there. So that's why I keep
Oh,
calling the wrong name.
What's really funny, real quick, is before we start, we have Sharon, myself, Greg, Devin, and Scotty all in the same area for Shadow Hunters. That's really weird. So yeah, with all of the pictures, I have picked pictures 1 through 17 that I labeled down. And first pick, I don't know, for some reason I didn't pick up anything. The second picture is like where you see all those mountains in the background.
Mhm.
Another thing I kept seeing were people standing on the mountains. So I don't know if this was
And that could have been the armies that were trying to invade.
right. I don't know if it was before, after, or anything like that.
Well, you got to remember, he held off over 3 consecutive battles.
Mhm.
He only had 2,000 men in his army, and he held off the Turks. They were 90,000. He scared them to death. And then the Germans, well, they were called something else back then, he held them up. They were 40,000. So people tried to invade him 3 times, and he turned them away. So like I said, he's more than just a bloodthirsty fiend. He was a ruler, and he died when he was 42 years old in battle.
wow.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like, seeing the people on the mountain. So I'm pretty sure it's almost like they were looking to attack. And it's like, I almost got the point of view from Lad himself of what he was seeing
Okay,
and seeing like everybody on the mountains and stuff.
that's great.
The third picture is where the steps were going down, and it was like all surrounded by the wooded area.
Mhm.
I kept seeing people hiding, like there were people hiding in that
Okay.
area. And then something kept popping up of saying searching souls or soul searching, or just they were searching in that area. Pick 4 was the picture of going down with the snow on the steps. All I got really was that was cold. Like it was a cold feeling, not just because of the snow, but that was a very cold feeling.
Right.
Picture 5, where it was like kind of like hazy, and then you're looking at the castle. I kind of got where it was like the aftermath of the battle. Like that was the aftermath, and that's kind of like what people were seeing. Picture 6, picture 7, I didn't get anything. I
Okay.
just, nothing popped.
Fine.
Picture 8, it was, you're kind of like looking down like an alleyway type. And I got the sense of that's where they tried to do sneak attacks.
Yeah, that's the opening to the castle.
Yeah.
Okay. And it didn't successfully happen, but that's where the offenders tried to get in and like try to sneak their way in, but it didn't happen. Picture 9, I didn't get anything. Picture 10, all of a sudden out of nowhere, my right hand got a really bad electrical feeling. Picture 11 kind of got to me a little bit. I kept getting the sense of they attack by sunset or they attack before dawn. Picture 12 again, I got the right hand electric feeling. And then picture 13, where everybody was talking about falling, I got the falling, and then I also got that was the night of one of the attacks. Picture 14, where it shows like everything around, I kept picking up Native American. And I think it had to do because that's when Scotty was talking about the forest. And I know when I think of forest, I think of Native American immediately. Picture 15, a voice I heard saying, "I'm here." And then the steps with the figure in there, that's where I also got, like Diana was saying, the monk. But I don't know why, but I keep feeling that that monk is a disguise as Vlad, and he's looking after his castle still.
You got to remember, when he died in battle, no one knows where he's buried at.
Mm-hmm.
Some say he's buried there in the castle. Others say he's buried at different church, which is where that statue is at in the town of Transylvania.
And then with that picture too, the only other thing that I kept getting, like from the monk or whatever it was, saying, "My property, my property, my property," and it just kept going through and through and through. So that was definitely a wild experience.
Cool. So Devin has her hand up. So if you want to chop in, put your hand up so we know we can come to you guys. I want everybody to talk, so.
Yeah, I'll be real brief. I got more general concepts. I saw like images. So a lot of the feelings I were feeling as we were going through some of the inside scenes or behind the walls of the castle was dread, death. I actually felt like I was a prisoner being led to my death. There was a lot of fear and anxiety that came up around that time too. I also got direct impressions on what Vlad was feeling at different times. So like when he looked at the castle and where it was set, he felt hope and security. Like at some point in time in his life, whether he was younger, before all of the psychopathic tendencies came in, he was coming from a very fiercely proud line that just looked at this as like a legacy. He wanted to be immortalized. And this castle, he thought it touched God, and it actually drew power up from the mountain, like there was something there with the earth. So there was something with the elements there that he felt was just like a direct divine intervention that kind of led to all of the misconceptions that he was entitled to do the atrocities that he did.
Right.
So then he absolutely hates all of the modernizations that have happened, like all of the staircases and the safety railings. He detests. And a lot of the visitors that come there now, he almost looks at as new invaders. And he can't do anything directly about it. And then so the last few things that I saw, I got secrets around the forest, people meeting there, planning, plotting secrets. Definitely saw people hiding in the forest like Nick did. I also saw kidnappings, like either princesses or queens. They were being led up the staircase on really ornate horses against their will. And then and I didn't see the piked people, but I definitely saw piked horses. So I also saw horse heads and really gruesome, torturous scenes around that too, behind the walls. So not only was Vlad like doing all of this, he was entitling his soldiers to act on that in that way as well.
Okay, awesome.
You got to remember, that's where Bram Stoker got the whole idea of Dracula, from all these tales that they heard of.
Yep. We're going to go to Mary next.
Okay, so I didn't really have any visions, but feelings and words and interesting numbers.
Okay.
Right off the bat, 2 and 16, 216, 216. I don't know if those numbers go together. I don't know if it's two separate numbers, three separate numbers, a 2 and a 1 and a 6. But the whole time, those numbers, 216, were running through my head.
Well, I tell you what, with that note, go ahead and open up that text message, the second one.
Okay.
Now, for those who remember, I sent Mary a number for a picture of the picture that Scotty and I picked. So, Mary, what number did I pick that I sent you?
16. 16. Wow. Well, that was one of the numbers that was running through my head. I got the feelings, just words and feelings that I had, and I don't know how else I just wrote this down. Cold beauty. It's a beautiful place, but it's cold. It looks, there are pictures where it looks, you could almost feel that sunshine.
Guess what the name
ground.
of his stallion was?
I don't know.
Knox Steel. That means cold beauty.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I mean, I've got it written down right here. Cold beauty. Wow.
That was his battle. That was his battle stallion.
Boy, maybe I'm more in tune than I think I am. I'm scaring myself.
So just so you know, also Mary, so 216 from the Bible, 216 it was from Philippines. It says, as you hold firmly to the world of life, and then I will be able to boast on the day of Christ that I did not run or labor in vain.
Well, that means something to me. That means very much something to me. So thank you for telling me that. So I'm going to cry. I also got the hiding and with the trees, whispering in the trees. And then one of the last things I thought about, two more things. One was how the castle was built at the top of the world at that point. It's very high. It's almost like he was trying to build as close as he could to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, the castle was actually built by his grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it was and the last thing I would say is I kept feeling, and I wrote the words help, peace, help, peace. Peace is in PEACE. Like the spirits there that were still there just wanted peace. And I don't know what's keeping them from getting peace, but that, you know, so that's, I really didn't have any visions. It was just those words, those numbers. And so that's what I want to share with you all.
You can see that spirit was guiding you with the numbers and your you know, and the thoughts. They fit in with what everybody else has been talking about. So very awesome. We're going to run up to Jen. Thank you, Mary, so much. Jen, you're next.
Sure.
And then we'll go to Sharon, and then anyone else raise their hand after that. Happy to go to you guys. Oh, and then Lindsay.
Okay. So I did see a lot of faces, just like everyone else. The anxiety very much was present right when we very first started watching the films. And there was a lot of different things. Like there was a heavy chest feeling. And it was right after you were talking, or right before you had said, Keith, that you were talking about your heart attack. I was actually feeling that. There was a lot of pain in the head area. And I guess I was just, you know, really picking up all of how people died and passed away, because that's normally what I do. But I was also getting these messages that, you know, it wasn't always like this. I wasn't always this way. And, you know, there at the end, I got really emotional because we were all sending love to this place. And all I kept hearing is we are now free.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So that's the enlightening part that Scotty and Josh and I have found about this. People, while they're doing this, several have gotten emotional just about it, you know. And the first one we tried, we did not do this about Ponary Castle. We did it about Post Town Elementary School. Mm-hmm. And people were getting emotional, but it had nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
That's
yeah.
good. All right, Sharon.
Okay. I feel other people's pain physically.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very nauseous and just I could feel the pain of the impaling up my back, up my rear end, up through my body. I could still feel it a little bit. And let's see, what else did I write? There was a lot of people walking on the stairs. I saw all the faces like everybody else. And then I didn't write down the numbers of the pictures or anything, but I did feel and know that someone was falling. And there was a lot of pain and a lot of crying and screaming and people hiding. And in one of the pictures, I saw a huge angel. And one of the pictures, underneath something, there was a man and a woman. He was like an older man with a big beard, and he was with a woman hiding underneath this thing.
That was Keith.
That was Keith? Yeah, I thought that was him. I said, how did he get in the picture?
My beard wasn't white. My beard wasn't white back then.
Yeah. And did I say there was horses?
No, now you did.
No. Yeah, there was horses. And I still feel the nauseous in my stomach. And
yeah, make sure you release that. Don't carry that.
Okay. And then the picture that I decided you guys chose.
But don't say.
Oh, don't say it. Okay. All right.
No, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and say it. Mary's already disclosed.
Oh, Mary
what
kind
it
of
was.
told, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
What did everybody think? Let's just go around the room quick. Lindsay, we'll go to yours next. Which one did you think it was, Lindsay?
The one that looked very, very white. It had the it looked like a castle with the forest in the background. It's very white and vivid.
Okay, Nick,
I
which
can't-
one did you think?
I thought it was the picture where the stairs are going in the woods where the people were hiding. So
Okay.
picture 3.
Okay, no, all right. Let's go to Julie.
There's a picture where you've got, it's the outside of the castle and there's a lot of trees, just bare trees. This shot hasn't been really discussed very much.
Okay,
That's probably the best way I could describe it.
yep, I know which one you're talking about. Okay, John.
That's the one.
I didn't think it was any of the castle ones. The one I thought was it's a big landscape. It's very high. You can see mountains, you can see clouds. I don't know if it's, I guess it's a road down below.
Okay, oh yeah, that one, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's Borgo Pass.
Yeah.
Okay, the castle's not in it at all in that one.
Yeah.
There's a house at the bottom.
Yes, there
Yeah.
is
That's the one I thought.
a way station at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, something-
Lola, what did you think?
The one that had all the you couldn't see, it was close to the end.
Okay. She broke up to me. Did anyone else hear?
You said it was close to the end.
The one
It
close to
was,
the end.
Close to the end of, I guess, all of the entire
Yes,
film.
with all
the one closest to the end.
Okay. How about you, Becky?
For me, it was the one looking into the mountains with the river through it.
Okay. Nate?
It was the one that's on top of the castle, and there's like a modern ramp to the right, and then a pathway to the left, and it's kind of like a triangle in the middle.
Okay. Let's go to Agnes.
There was one picture, and it may be the same one that Julie was talking about. It is an exterior picture of the castle in the snow. It's
Okay.
from down below, kind of looking up at a rounded kind of parapet area.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. Yep. Okay, Sharon?
One where it was looking down, and it's all trees and everything, and then at the very bottom's that way station or whatever.
Okay. Jen?
I agree with Sharon. That was where my thought went to.
Okay. Diana?
Mine was where I had saw the man peeking out of that round thing to the left. That's
Okay. Devin?
I remember that was.
I'm in the camp where it's the picture of the forest looking down, and you've got the heavens above with the sun and the clouds.
Mel?
There were two that I kept focusing on. One was the steps through the woods, and the other one was the steps in the tunnel with the stone walls, the black and white one.
Okay. Greg?
I missed a lot of it.
Okay. Mary, Sharon knows. Tiffany?
The one with the aerial view, with the trees and landscape and the river at the bottom.
Yeah. So Keith, once again, we proved exactly the same thing as we did last time. And I want to go around and hear everybody else's views yet. So before we go, but Mary, which one was it?
16.
Which is the one going down to the stairs with the person in the color one, not the black and white one. So I think the only one got that was Diana.
Oh.
So we're one better than last time. So nice job.
But the same thing also happened was a lot of people pictured the same picture of the
Right.
outside, the one where you're looking up across, you can see the river and everything, the clouds and everything else. So
Yeah. So that's what's really cool. But as we keep going here, as you can see, everybody's getting the same images, and that's what really shocked Keith and I when we started this was that the images come through so much. So there is a connection there. It's a connection to the space. We're all seeing the same things, which is really cool. But
Yeah, I think
we're
in
having a
this
hard time
case,
picking one picture.
yeah, I think in this case there was so much that happened in that one little area. You know, it's not little, but it's huge. But so much happened there that, you know, it's just a lot of energy still left. But
Right.
what was really cool was, like Mary said, when I asked her what number did I send her of the picture that we picked, she was right on it with 16.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the number she kept hearing. So we're going to go to Lindsay, then we'll go to John.
Okay, so the first thing I felt when Keith was talking was the feeling in the neck and in the throat. So it started in the back and up through the neck. And then the left side of my neck hurt. I felt like the forest was extremely cluttered with people. I also had gotten someone had fell to the bottom of the steps. I also seen a circle in the middle of something. It was like you see the forest and then you see a circle and then you see more forest. I also saw a female. It was in one of the outside pictures. She had long brown hair and then it looked like in the midsection she had a belt, lots of blackbirds, seeing a boy under a stairs. There's lots of hidden areas or secret places. Pressure in my head, seeing an army spreading out from the castle, torture at the bottom of the steps, a guy telling me to follow him, guards still guarding the castle.
Wow, that's great. Good job.
That's it. That's all I got.
Cool. Well, that's all you got. That was amazing. So good job. John.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a slacker here, I think. A quick little sort of story is I was in Transylvania 2 years ago for about 4 weeks when I was doing research for my book on shapeshifters. And Keith, I couldn't get to this one location. I was there in June and the government had closed it because of bears.
Right.
There wasn't anybody up there. I was all set to go up there and they wouldn't allow anybody in that area because there was a bunch of bears apparently running around in June. So
yeah, luckily about 15 years ago, the man who created the Dracula tours asked me if I would host an event there. And that's how I got started with it. And like I said, I went once in the spring, once in the summer, and another time in the spring. And the very last time I went was actually in the winter. And you know, there's no place to stay up there. You sleep in a tent on the ground. Yeah. You can't sleep down in the tunnels and everything because they don't know what's going to fall down next.
Right.
You know? Right. So you know, it's pretty wild. And yeah, you know, you get led up there by a Sherpa guide who is armed to the teeth, you know, from guns to knives. But, you know, they do offer that tour, you know, through the tourist agency there. But most of the time they offer the Bram Castle before anything else, because that's got 160 rooms. It's got heat, water. And you know, and they want everybody to think that, you know, that's for the tourists. That's what it's for.
And
the first time I went there, it was like out of the Bela Lugosi movie. That's just colorized. You know, when you went up the Borgo Pass, it was not paved. It was road, and mostly because there were ox carts. That's all. They didn't have, you know, automobiles. By the third time I went, they had a Burger King with a 30-foot Bela Lugosi Dracula on top of it, and a Frankenstein on top of it.
I'll go.
Yeah. So tourism had taken over at that point. But
that's a big business. Yeah.
But I say we see if we can raise $7 million. Let's go buy a castle.
So unlike so many people here, unfortunately, I didn't have any sort of visions or see anything in the photos. But you know, Scotty, you probably know, as we've done some things, I feel things more than see probably. But the one black and white photo that you had of the going down the steps before it becomes colorized, the one that Keith took, I had a very clear impression of feeling myself moving down those stairs, you know. I mean, I can feel the walls. I can sense the walls sort of going by me, but very slowly, and never getting really to the bottom. It seemed like it was much longer than the photo actually looked. Like I could feel myself moving, you know, and I could sense the walls coming up, but not ever getting to the bottom. And the second one that I felt was the one that I mentioned before, that big landscape. I guess Keith, you said it's the Borgo Pass with the clouds and the mountains.
Right. And you see the Montauk River and everything that goes all the way through Germany and everything else.
It's a beautiful picture, and I just got a feeling there of just sort of harmony and peace. And I started thinking that, you know, all this beautiful land surrounds this sort of desolate, dark place, if you want to call it that. And I just got the feeling sort of I'll call it reconciliation in a way. You know, where sort of nature, but not just nature, to be larger about it, humanity in a sense is sort of just coming together again around all that. So that was it.
But that's
I tell you what, before we go to anybody else,
yeah.
If y'all don't know it, this is John Kachuba, who is a very famous author, very good friend of mine, Scotty's. If you get the chance, go look up any of his books.
Oh, they're amazing. He was the first book I ever bought.
And he loves his Irish whiskey like you wouldn't believe.
We actually interviewed him on our show years ago on Your Life Matters.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, sure. I know the name. So, yeah. Do a lot of shows. I'm sorry.
But you know, John, that's what I felt all through all the pictures was the reconciliation and the lessons that we have to gain, that we can't live in the archaic worlds that we created as humans. You know, we have to move on. It is time for us to put aside our differences and become the one again. Because look, nature does it. You know, nature is the beautiful. You know, and that's what it was. And I got that the most.
I am not psychic in any way, shape, or form. But one of the things I was waiting for somebody to pick up on when I said the last time I went, I had a bad heart attack 6 weeks before. Now, Scotty was with me. Like I said, we were in Manitoba 3 weeks before that, and I walked up 5 flights of stairs and about died. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he thought I was really having another heart attack. And I thought, no, I'm just old and fat. Anyway, walking up these steps, I was waiting for see if somebody picked up on it. I'd walk 10, 15, 20 steps. I'd have to stop and puke. You know, I was just waiting to hear somebody say, I see somebody getting sick. What I did hear was several people say they felt nauseous.
Right.
So that might be what you picked up on.
That's awesome. So anybody else want to go and had things that they want to share with the group? Okay, Beck.
Okay, so I got a little different with what everybody else got. The two main words that kept coming to me was birth and ascension. You know, I didn't see people in the pictures. I've never been one to do that. I kept getting a sense of release and birth, peace, and a lot of looking for redemption. Most of the photos that I looked at were more white than anything, and especially the ones through the hallways just reminded me of a birth canal.
Okay.
And, you know, looking for, you know, that peace that comes with the redemption and then starting anew. So I really didn't get a lot of the violence that everybody else got, and, you know, the bodies and the falling. What I got was looking for forgiveness and a way to start over.
That's good. Yep. And like I said, that's what I got too. So nice job. That was really powerful in those messages.
What's interesting, you're talking about ascension. He killed those people, you know, murdered all those troops because he was told in a dream that and that's how he came up with the idea that if he did this, he would ascend into heaven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job. Nate, did you want to go next? Did you have your hand up?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, go ahead.
When you were doing the part about, inviting the people around us, I got this like image of, it almost seemed like a well or a pit at the bottom of the stairs. Someone mentioned seeing a circle in the woods. It was like that. It was like a circle within a circle, but the
Let me
feeling was
stop
that.
you for just a second, Nate. The
Yeah.
well, there is a well there that you have to jump over. Okay. And I lost a brand new $800 phone. I jumped over and it flipped off my belt.
I heard a
Okay.
ringing too. I'm kidding.
Yeah, they don't know how deep that well is, but
Really?
it's at the top of the mountain, and I mean it's right there in the castle. That's where they got their drinking water from.
Weird.
That
Yeah.
that just hit really hard to me. You just made me remember the total fear I had of jumping over this thing. It's only like 6 or 7 feet,
Yeah.
but to jump over it, you know, and I watch this Sherpa guy who's loaded down with 150 pounds of gear just jump right over it. And I'm like going, I got to jump this thing? Oh, shit.
Awesome.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just
No, I
as you
mean,
said that, it
yeah,
clicked.
that's cool. I mean, that's what it was. It was like a well or a pit or something, and it felt like it was in the round tower area. But I mean, that could have just been like,
Well, like I said, this is a ruin, and on every corner of that castle, he had towers and spires, and and that well that you're talking about. When you come in the front gate, it's to the left, and to get over to the rest of the staircases and all that going down, you have to jump over that well because a lot of it is crumbled down around it.
Wow, neat.
Nice job, Nate. Very cool. And the other thing about wells, though, wells are always that birth, the ascension, like Becky was talking about, and others felt too. I think even Mary said, talking about that healing, and we got the Bible out of it. It's really cool because water is that. Water is the cleansing. That's how we cleanse. That's how we release. That's what water does for us. So that's really cool. Cool. Yeah, nice. Anybody else have anything they wanted to share? I can't thank everybody who came tonight enough. I know that we got Fearscape here with us, but we're also sponsored by Psychics Unite, our group that we're in, that I'm in, that I helped start. It's a place of people with abilities, and everybody in this room has abilities. You can proved it tonight. It was amazing to see. Yes, you do, Keith. Stop. I'll get them to change yet in time.
Yeah. You've tried for 35 years, my friend.
I know, but I'll keep going.
Anyway,
I got 35 more.
Did everybody have fun?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Do you kind of got a sense of relief and just, in this COVID world we live in now, Scotty and I came up with this idea to get people together because we haven't been able to socialize, and we thought, well, let's do this. And would y'all like to do it again?
Oh yeah,
sure, yes, definitely.
Be honest, tell me yes or no if you don't. Yeah.
Yes. Can we do it again?
Is Nick? Is Nick has got his hand up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just have a question about what would be the reason that we all didn't see the same picture that was chosen?
Scotty, I'm gonna hand that one to you.
Yeah, what it is to me, Nick, is we're trying. That's like in a reading where you ask me to tell me your grandpa's name.
Right.
But I can describe your grandpa. I can tell you about everything that happened in the place. We all don't get the exact same details. But when you put everything together in this room tonight, the details all showed up. It was exactly what happened there. It was very realistic. It was very accurate. We had all those type of things. We always don't get the same picture because that's not what we were feeling. And even with me and my meditation tonight and how we worked with it, it was more about us being one and coming together one and helping each other, helping that area, helping us learn how to be more loving people. And that to us, and that's why Keith and I did it early on, is because we think that's more important. The picture is just one other thing that we can see if we can get people to understand. But like we had last time too, the details like you guys put together tonight happened exactly last time too with the details, but the picture nobody got. This time we got one got. Diana got it this time, but you know, so that's one more than last time. So yay!
No, and Mary got it.
Okay.
I second guessed myself. Sorry,
yeah,
Scotty.
Mary did get it, didn't she? Mary did get it. Did you second guess yourself?
I did.
Dan, you know you're going into detention for that.
Yes, I know. I just sent you the text. Like when you guys started showing the photos, all I kept thinking was it was the stairs. It was the stairs. And then you showed the paranormal picture and I'm like, oh, that's too obvious, right? And so then it is. I'm like,
that's
I'm
what
in so
happened
trouble.
last time.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what
funny
happened
though.
last time. We
Yeah.
picked a picture, and people thought, "Oh, we thought that was too obvious."
Right.
But it wasn't that we were trying to fool anybody. It's the first thing I thought of at post-con. There's an old 12-string acoustic guitar that sits up against the wall, and I took a picture of it, and that's the picture Scotty and I decided on.
Yep.
And several people got it, but everybody else, about it was like 92 or 93% of the people picked a different shot, and they were describing everything outside the window, everything outside the hallway, exactly that one shot.
Well,
And that's what a lot of people here tonight did with the one outdoor shot.
well, it's funny that you say that, Jen, because that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm like, I'm in trouble.
It's too obvious.
Nick, you're in trouble now too, so you guys are going to go into detention.
Greg,
Well, as I was saying,
I see Greg raising his hands. Let's give
All
Greg
right.
an opportunity.
Okay, go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm really sorry I was late.
No,
And
no
it won't
worries.
happen.
You had your show, so we all.
It
know.
won't happen. It won't happen again.
That's okay. Would y'all like us to do another one in January?
Sure.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes,
Okay.
sign me up.
Okay. Well, we definitely thank y'all for showing up and
Oh
doing
my
this.
God, we can't.
Well,
I
thank
can't
you
thank
for
enough.
doing this.
That's okay.
It was
And-
an absolute pleasure.
Okay, and
Well,
Josh, thank you and Stefan for hosting this. For those that don't know, the three of us partnered up this year for Fearscape Media, and if you want a lot of paranormal stuff and also funny stuff, go over and check out Fearscape Media. They have a ton of stuff. Like I said, Mary did a great podcast with them, and Mary, that was your first one, right?
That was the first podcast I'd ever done,
Yeah.
ever. And I had so much fun. And y'all made it so easy.
But I like to hear.
And Josh, you need to get a hold of Mr. Kachuba there,
Yeah.
and possibly get up there and do an interview with him. He's for next, for 2021. But anyway, again, I thank you all. This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate it. It's very enlightening to me just listening to you guys. Because like I said, I'm as psychic as a brick, period. And I've been hit with a bunch of stuff through my 40 plus years of doing this stuff. Had my head busted open several times, and as Scotty said, watch out for that. And about that time, I trip. So
At least I told him. He's got the clicker.
There's
friends before.
Of doing this for as long as I have. Scotty and I talked about this. I think John, you and I talked about this too. There are very few people who I say, okay, they have a gift, and Scotty is one of them. And that's why, first person when I thought of doing this was to call Scotty. Another thing I haven't asked him yet, but I was going to talk to him about it tomorrow. Scotty, would you be interested in teaching a paranormal class with me?
Yes.
Would y'all be interested in attending?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. And that way you get my 40 plus years of doing this non-psychically, and then Scotty's 40 plus years or 50 plus years of psychic ability.
I know. I just had my birthday. Don't remind me. Jeez.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, it was, what was it? Monday. No, yeah, it was Monday night. Yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah.
Oh boy, he doesn't even remember his birthday now.
I'm old, remember, for God's sakes. I'm getting there. I'm
know.
over
What are
the
you
hill
gonna do
already.
now?
Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. And
Thank
if
you
you're
very
looking
much.
for, you want psychic help or a thing, we have a free group. Come meet with us. We meet every Monday night. It's called Psychics Unite. We do that on Zoom too. So come join us sometimes. We got some leaders in the group too. And John, I'm going to call you to be on my show too.
And with that, I'll turn it over to Josh.
Yep. So thanks again, everybody. Again, if you would check out fearscapemedia.com or Fearscape Paranormal Podcast, or excuse me, fearscapepodcast.com. Fearscape Media Network actually has currently 7 pods that we have as part of the network. Everything from discussions on antagonists that you found in literature or movies to a horror podcast and some other stuff that's coming. So again, thank everybody for participating. Look out for future publications of this sort from Keith and others, and future opportunities. So,
thank you.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Love everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, happy
holidays.
holidays.
Bye, guys.
Thank
Great.
you.
Bye.